All right, so let's move on now, and we're still staying on the developments within the polity. We've got a different lineup of guests on the program now. In our Abuja studio, we've got Emeka Onwacha, who is a political strategist and a certified speechwriter. And sitting right beside him, we've got Nana Modupe-Onwodi, who is the presidential candidate for AUN. Thank you for joining us on the program this morning. Let's quickly get your response to what transpired over the weekend concerning those who did not participate at that debate and how the kind of reasons they gave. I'm going to start with Nana Modupe-Onwodi.
Thank you, Chamberlain. I believe that a lot of Nigerians were disappointed that the two front runners did not show up at the debate. I believe there was a good reason why they didn't show up, and as you know, explanations and apologies have been put out there. I also want to commend the trio that stood up to Nigerians and told them of their programs, and I believe they are fresh, and for people that want fresh ideas, they were very happy to hear from them.
Mr. Onwacha? Mr. Emeka, what do you think?
Well, the debate has come and gone. It would have been better to have the two front-running candidates as participants. Unfortunately, they were not there. Looking at the reasons they gave, it was clear that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar came there and appeared prepared to debate. But there was no reason before for why President Buhari was not there. Later, it was down to traffic or some other excuse. Politically, Alhaji Atiku, who came there and rushed down from the US, you know, on the surface, it's easy to say he should have been there to address the people and to give his message. But when you go hunting for a lion and you don't see the lion, you turn your ammunition on the tiger you see, and that's what's going to be the situation. Having the three candidates up against Atiku, psychologically the same studio, will have shifted the focus of the debate to between the candidates and Atiku. What was important was the presence of the president. I think it disappointed Nigerians by not appearing. Atiku responding to that was a political decision, but the president should have been there.
What do you think of the statement that was made prior to that debate by Professor Sagay?
I was very surprised at that. Professor Sagay has been presenting a different side to himself, ever since he became a consultant or advisor to the Buhari government. He is supposed to be an advisor on corruption, and I was surprised to see that he was the one who was speaking about the political debate not holding or not. You understand? And given, I didn't take it seriously, though, because it was not an official statement. You know, it was saying that they were what's it called now, motivational speakers, and the president had no business speaking. That was condescensional. That was very bad. That was looking down on fellow contestants, and that was unfortunate in my own opinion.
It's the views of our presidential candidate there. Do you feel that perhaps if we had the two leading presidential candidates, that of the APC and the PDP, these discussions wouldn't have been so heated up, considering very well that the people of this country wanted to hear not only from the two of them, but from the others who made themselves available? Would it have made any difference, considering that this other two failed to show up at that debate?
I believe that the professor is entitled to his opinion, but I don't think that Nigerians were totally disappointed. Like I said, there was a fresh input, fresh contestants in the race, and Nigerians are actually, a good number of Nigerians are looking for fresh people. I would rather say that some of us should have been given the opportunity to speak to Nigerians. We did protest the number of candidates that were to attend the podium, and for us, we were disappointed that there were two empty platforms there, and there are so many of us running for office, and we have a lot of programs we want to put out to Nigerians that we were denied that. The professor is entitled to his opinion, as I said, but he has absolutely no right to, talk down on other people. There are other people in this country who have good ideas, and they want to put themselves out there.
Nigeria's 2019 general elections will feature all 91 political parties on the ballot. And just as you have mentioned, some of you haven't had the opportunity to put yourselves out and all of that, but is there any chance of collaborations among some political parties? Any chance of collaboration among many of the political parties who may not be able to pull enough weight on their own?
Of course, there is. We're progressives, we're socialists, we are nation builders. We are determined to make sure that Nigeria goes into the process of cleaning up all the mess and all the problems that we have. And we will gladly work with other people who have similar ideas. And we are committed to a peaceful, credible, free and fair election. So we would work with other people who share ideas. We don't want violence.
To this political process and your party, AUN, in an event where you do not catch any of the seats, be it at the ward levels or the at the national level or even the state level, that puts your party at risk of being scrapped off by INEC. Do you think that you can make it through in this election?
Yes, I do. As you know, there is a fresh 14.5 million newly registered voters, and nobody should take those votes for granted. Elections have not been won in this country with we've not had a 16 million votes win, and the 14.5 million newly registered young people, most of them are between the ages of 18 and 35, and a lot of them are they are internet oriented. They want something new, they want something fresh, they want the young people of this country to be given opportunities. And we believe that they will entrust us to lead them, and I believe that we will win the elections.
This question is for the two of you in the studio with us right now. Some of the candidates are touting the use of technology, and of course you also mentioned it just now, madam, in their electoral promises. And as we all know, there's a lot of talk about on social media networks about the debaters and how they fared. Now, at over 198 million people in Nigeria's population, less than half that number are on the internet, less that number also on social media networks. So how significant do you see the social media or whatever else playing any significant role in how people vote?
Dr. Ikego.
Yeah, the social media, it's a very strong tool for communication. It's a cheap and effective tool. It reaches out to many more people than you can imagine, just from the click of the computer. But trying to interface that with the actual political spread on the ground is another matter. You know, look at this time now, this new group of politicians. People talk about paradigm shift. But this paradigm shift must be looked at not just in terms of age. We've had young people in government before. Donald Duke became governor at 38, Ibori at 40, Saminu Turaki at 42, and thereabouts. What was their, what difference did they make when they began in their political foray earlier? So the difference now really is that these guys are taking the risk, let me say, of coming from with new parties, not joining the old parties. But what effect on the political sphere? Very, very little. There's a lot more interest, a lot more noise, a lot more buzz from the younger group, but in real politic, we are yet to get there.
Yes, madam, your turn. Yeah, on the same question, how significant?
Well, I believe that you have to count one before you count 2 and 3. We have begun a process, and the only thing that is constant is change. We have started a process. We'll get there. We will not compare ourselves to the parties who are 19 years old in this country, but we have started, and thank God we now live in technology times when, like he said, the internet can reach out to a lot of people. Yes, most Nigerians currently do not use internet, but if about 80 million people are using it, that means they're reaching out to at least 100 million people. And like I said, nobody has won an election in this country with more than, say, 60 million votes. And if I have 80 million votes, I'm president. I believe that a lot of Nigerians are watching, a lot of young people are watching, and they would like to give some of us the opportunity to lead this country. Yes, experience is important, but you must start somewhere. Our country is developing, and our people, our young people must be given a chance. They may be part of this process, and I believe that with time we will all achieve our goals.
Many of the, forgive me, many of the, Mr. Watcher, this is for you, many of the candidates who are vying for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are quite young, and most of them have little, if any, political pedigree at all. Do you think they are putting their best foot forward, or shouldn't they have started from the grassroots and build it up, or do you think it's just apt for them to go for the highest office in the land?
Well, as I said earlier, how young is young? Durotoye is 47, Ezekwesili is 55, I think. Moaralu is 56. So they're not too young, really, when you look at it critically. What is important is that they are coming from new parties, they are coming with new ideologies, and are not linked to the older parties. Now, whether this is a viable political strategy to get to power is yet to be seen. Look at the gap. Look at the gap between them in the public sphere, between them and the older candidates. Some people might still suggest that it's better to link in with the bigger parties and break out with your own ideas, your own policies when you were there. Now, talking about young people coming into politics, look at the experience. El-Rufai, as Minister of the FCT, was very vibrant, active. There was so much development. But as governor in Kaduna, there's more news of conflict there than there is of any revolutionary development. So sometimes the system, how they address the system, how they survive in the system, how they proceed in the system is what is important. So youth alone does not seem to be a factor for performance in Nigerian politics. Certainly youth alone will not make it. How will you perform? How will you make the difference? What are you bringing new? Let's see how it works. So let's see something more than youth. Let's see performance. Let's see practicality. Let's see some difference. That's what we want.
Let me add with Nana Mudukwa on this matter, because I mean, if they ask you, what kind of impact do you think your party can have in the scheme of things? Even if you attend a debate, what gives you the impression that you have enough in the tank to take on the two or some leading parties at the moment?
Well, like I said, Chamberlain, Nigerians are tired of the old tricks. They want something new, and some of us have a lot of new ideas. We have plans to restructure Nigeria, not even from the angle that a lot of people are looking at. We have an orientation and a reorientation program. I don't know if you drive around the city in this country. We need to bring back our morals. We've lost that. And let me say that some of the old people, a good number of them have failed Nigerians. And that it is time, their time is up. It is time for those of us who, I'm 41, and I'm a young person in this country. I'm a young candidate. There are other candidates who are younger than me. It is time to try something new. You cannot continue doing the same thing over and not getting results. We have the courage, we have the energy, we have the strength, we have the ideas. We are prone to doing new things and trying new things, and that's what Nigeria should be doing right now.
All right, then we'll have to thank you for coming on the program this morning. Nana Mudukwe Onwandi, AUN presidential candidate, as well as Emeka Onwacha, political strategist. He's also a certified speech writer. Thank you both for coming on today. Well, back in a moment. Don't go away.